everyone, welcome to our kitchen. I'm Ayesha.
And I'm Sophie.
And today we're going to make a tofu scramble burrito. Now tofu can be really intimidating and boring.
Yeah, it's probably the perfect analogy of just a piece of paper. It's,
yeah, like a blank canvas.
Yeah, exactly. It's boring. It doesn't have any taste. That's why not a lot of people like it, because a lot of people don't cook it properly.
That's right. That's right.
So we need to grab some coloring pencils and draw on this piece of paper. Yeah.
You can actually put so many different spices and herbs to give it a lot of flavor. A lot of people are also scared of soy products and tofu because they think that it's not good for health, but that's not true. There's so much research that shows that people who consume tofu have lower risk of cancer, have lower risk of diabetes, and they actually live longer and happier. And there's so many anti-inflammatory compounds in tofu that help us fight disease. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is to heat our pan. And then we're going to prepare our tofu. Now tofu doesn't need a lot of preparation, right? All we need to do is to get a tofu. This brand is really good. It's an organic, extra firm tofu. So you want to make sure you get an extra firm one because the softer ones are actually very mushy.
Yeah.
You want it to be extra hard,
yeah.
Right? Anyway, a lot of people, they want to make it drier before they cook it, but you don't have to do that at all. All you need to do is to drain the water in the sink, and that's basically it. There are a lot of tofu pressers online, and people wrap it in a towel to get rid of the water, but you don't need to do that because we're going to put this in the pan, in the hot pan anyway, and the water will evaporate. So it's an easier one. But there are other tofu dishes for which you have to, wrap it in a towel like so. You just put it in a towel and then you press on it. They're tofu pressers, but we're not going to do that for this one. All right. We're going to use an olive oil, extra virgin olive oil spray only, not too much. You can actually completely avoid the oil if you want to and put a little bit of water to cook it, but I'm just going to, put that in the pan. And then what are you going to do? I'm going to hand this over to Sophie.
Yes, we're going to crumble it. This is one of my favorite parts. Make sure you wash your hands before this. Yeah, that's an important step.
That's a rule.
Yeah.
You're just going to crumble it.
You can be as aggressive as you want with this. Take out your day's problems. Yeah. I haven't had many problems today, so I won't be very aggressive, thankfully.
We put our tofu in there, and we're just going to spread it into the pan. Cameraman, get a good shot here. So as you can see, the water is evaporating. See, that's one of the reasons why you don't really need to press it or get the water out of it. And while this is cooking, you're not going to wait anymore, and you're just going to add your spices. We're going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm not measuring it here because we make this every single day.
Yeah.
Now what are we going to add?
We're going to add paprika.
Half a teaspoon of paprika. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. And then half a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can add fresh garlic if you want to, but we're going to make this easy and just add garlic powder. And then half a teaspoon of cumin. Smells good already. And then a teaspoon of oregano. Now oregano gives it that really herby, deep umami flavor. A little bit of pepper, black pepper, just a touch of sea salt. And then we're going to mix it. The camera lens fogged up a little bit, but this smells amazing. Look at the color.
As you can see, it smells amazing. Yeah.
It looks like scrambled eggs already.
Yeah.
And those are the spices that we use, but you can actually use other ones if you want to. I've actually had this with tandoori spices as well, which kind of gives it that Indian flavor. I've seen people cook it with just turmeric and nothing else. But I think the more spices you add, the better it is.
Yeah.
Especially, I think oregano and garlic, the combination of oregano and garlic make a big difference. Okay, this is looking really good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let it rest a little bit, which means just spread it into the pan.
The great thing about tofu is you don't even you can, but you don't even have to follow our recipe. Like sometimes I just experiment with it. I put turmeric just to add the color. I actually once put like this mushroom thing
The mushroom flavors?
Spice. Yeah, the mushroom flavors to add umami flavor. It's so good. It's really good.
Look
that and garlic
this
powder.
This is actually ready.
Yes.
It's ready.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we're going to put our burrito together. We're just going to transfer this into the bowl because we don't want a lot of dishes to be made dirty, right? Right, Sophie?
Yes.
Right, Sophie?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because who's going to wash the dishes after this?
Me.
There you go. So we're going to make Sophie's life easier by not using a lot of dishes. All right, the reason I did that is because I'm going to warm up our tortilla in this pan. It's important to warm up your tortilla. So the tortilla we're going to use is a sprouted whole wheat tortilla, but you know, it's actually completely fine if you want to use a 100% whole wheat lavash bread as well. You can make a really nice a roll, like a wrap out of the tofu. So yeah, just use whichever one you like. And now we're going to just put it in the pan for a couple of minutes to warm up, because when it warms up, it's easier to make a tortilla, and when you wrap it, it's not going to break and you won't have holes in them. Yeah. So now we are going to assemble everything. Yeah. This is the fun part. One thing that I actually forgot was addition of nutritional yeast, or nooch, to the tofu, and you can actually do that once the tofu is off the heat. You don't want to cook nooch, so we just are going to put about 2 tablespoons of nooch. This is what gives it the umami good flavor, kind of
almost like cheesy. Yeah, exactly, cheesy.
Exactly. Okay.
So yeah, with your customization of your burrito, this is where your creativity comes through. I usually like, put everything. I put chutney, beans, salsa, tofu, of course. Alex, I mean, he's less, sometimes he doesn't even use a tortilla, he just uses paper. Like, he just puts tofu in paper and then he eats it. Yeah, I don't know why. I think he likes it, but yeah.
No, well, we make good burritos for Alex. Okay, so we're going to start by scooping some tofu on the tortilla, and be careful not to put too much, because then everything's gonna fall apart. I would say
it's worth it if you want.
Okay, so we'll put that in there, and then we're going to add some black beans. We love black beans in our burrito. It's just another additional plant protein packed with fiber and so many other good stuff. And then obviously we're going to add a little bit of chunky salsa. Sophie, do you like chunky salsa?
I love chunky salsa,
okay.
Yes.
And this is where you can go nuts. You can put so many different things. We have a green chutney that we make from cilantro and walnuts and garlic and lemon. Today we're not gonna put that in there. Sometimes we put potatoes, potatoes that are cooked in skillet. That's really special.
It's really good.
Now we're going to put a couple of slices of avocados.
Yes, that really...
Ooh.
Wow.
This one is really good. There you go. Look at how beautiful that looks. Okay, so now we're just going to assemble this together. All right, here we go.
She's really good at this. Watch this.
Tricky part, right? Don't get scared. It's okay if some of it spills out, but all you have to do is just kind of make sure that it's all tucked in nicely. And ta-da!
Perfect.
There you go. Okay, so you can cut it into half, or you could just serve it like that. And this will actually give you all the protein and the carbohydrates and the nutrients that are in tomatoes, that are in the herbs, that are in avocados, which is an amazing source of good plant fats. Okay, so should we go fancy, or do you want to try it?
Let's just try it.
Okay, I'm just going to cut it into 2 so we can take a look. Okay, cameraman, zoom please. Ooh, look how beautiful that looks.
Ooh.
Looks amazing, huh?
That does look amazing.
Okay, here we go. All right, Sophie, you get the bigger half.
Oh, thank you.
All right, ready?
That's really good. My God, that's so good.
Oh my God. It's so filling. It's packed with fiber and protein. And the chunky salsa, the beans, the texture of the tofu and the fattiness of the avocado, they go so well together. And this is one of the healthiest things you can make at home. So easy, you saw it. Took us how long?
Like
10 minutes? Yeah. It took us, what, 20 minutes to put everything together because we had to be a little bit fancy for you guys for the camera. But it literally took like 10 minutes to cook and put everything together. Imagine doing that for breakfast, say for example, or for lunch, or even for dinner. So here you go. Any last words?
I have food in my mouth. I have burrito.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more episodes from the Mindkind Kitchen. We're going to bring really delicious, healthy meals like this for you that you can put together in a few minutes and enjoy, because there's nothing more important than good food that is healthy, tasty, and easy. We'll see you then.